Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Morning, and today we are down here at the first circle to find out what Northwind needs us to do.
Will you give me a moment of your time, friend?
Good sir, you seem well traveled, I dare say. Surely you are aware of what has passed in these troubling times, and that from trouble may have come opportunity. Yes, many wealthy Gondorians have well and fully abandoned homes upon the coast of Belfalis, fearing corsairs and other unpleasantness. Well, I got rid of some of those corsairs. Well, then that's a good opportunity for you, because now it falls to me that I may sell one such seaside home to you, if you should wish to buy it. But why should my blustery words persuade you? You should see the Cape of Belfalis for yourself. Perhaps a holiday there is in order, after traveling such a long distance? Yes, my horse knows the way, and you are more than welcome to take it there. If you venture to the Cape of Belfalis, I would recommend you start up a conversation with Falastier, the old lighthouse keeper. Perhaps I will see you in Narvindon, his lighthouse. You get around a lot if I'm going to see you there, don't you? Well, alright. Well, now of course this is a little tongue-in-cheek here. This is not actually Pineleaf Plays the Morning. This is actually Pineleaf Previews Update 19. And because Northwind is the housing broker for the new Cape of Belfalis housing area. So, in addition to this quest, she also allows you to purchase houses, and these are the neighborhoods that are currently open. So we have our standard houses here, we have our deluxe houses here, and then we have our kin houses here. Now you see the kin houses seem to be going pretty quickly, and in some areas the standard ones are going quickly. I notice the premiums aren't going as quickly, which sounds counterintuitive based on history on the main servers, but there's a little difference to the Belfalis homesteads. First off, this homestead is what's known as a premium homestead. These are different from the standard ones. You can own multiple premium houses. You can also have one in addition to your classic house. So therefore, buying one of these doesn't get rid of your old house or force you to get rid of your old house or anything like this. So you say, what's the disadvantage? Well, yes, there's always something there. And that has to do with pricing. All the prices are in mithril, not in gold. That's right, this is not 707 gold, this is 707 mithril. So yes, they are very expensive, and what are all the... Right. So you see these kin houses, you see there are 700, but there are also some kin houses that have their own islands, and I could see that those have already all been purchased. So if you're... I have a feeling that if you want to buy your own little island, you're going to have to buy it quickly, because looks like overnight they have all gone away. Of course, you do have the usual rules that I guess new neighborhoods would open up and the like, but as long as there's an island one up, I have a feeling that's not going to happen. But let's buy One Bay Road over here, since this is virtual mithril, meaning that it's on the borrower side instead of on my main account. So therefore now I've just bought a house here. It'd be interesting how it's happened. What happened there? If I open up here, I now go to my premium house. At least I hope I do, because I've already bought one on another character. Here we are at the housing area. Now I gotta figure out which of these is my house, because this is on the side here. And that's the tricky bit, trying to figure out which is the house you just purchased. Now this looks like somebody else's already. So up here, this is your standard type of, okay, this is 3-bay road. This is, that's 3-bay road. This is 2. I think this may be 2-bay road. This is 1-bay road, home of Pine Claw. Alright, so it ported me to my house. Now, right here you can see that this is a little bit of a porch here. Now, it's a pretty large porch. And think about these ports here, for these are 1-minute cooldowns instead of the 1-hour cooldowns that you have for the standard houses. So yeah, there are all sorts of little perks that you get with it. It's just that they're very expensive. They cost a great deal of mithril in order to do. Okay, in order to pick up the quest item, I'll obviously have to go in and finish that quest off. But you can see here's a nice view of the bay. And you have ships and gulls. You've got islands out here. And in fact, a couple of these islands actually have... Alright, there we go, out there. A couple of these islands... Well, there's a lighthouse there, but you can't reach that place. But that island back there has a kin house on it. So yes, you can actually have your kin in residence at one of these places. And you pretty much own an entire island. It's not just a house, it's an island, but those are expensive. Something like 850 mithril or something like that. But they're all sold, so I can't get the exact price. And of course, prices are all subject to change, all that usual stuff. Alright, so here's the interior. So we have 2 wings over here, and nice and large. So therefore, that's the thing to note here, is that there's no such thing as a small house. This is the standard house, the small house. You see the roof of stars over there, and if we go into this mode here, you can see that we have a large number. So you can see this alcove here actually fits a small furniture item. And you have plenty of wall areas, plenty of floor areas, furniture areas. Quite a bit of stuff here. And of course, room for all the paintings you could think of. But of course, it's expensive. Because the price is in mithril. That's the thing to keep in mind before you get too excited. Because if you can't afford the mithril or anything like that, then it's not worth doing here. Alright, and here's our housing chest. And here are a few things that are from my account. Now, what's interesting here is that this is appearing... Oh, because this is the escrow area. Ah. Okay, because these are things that are in my housing chest on the main world. So let's just put in a few decorations in here, even though they're not all perfectly fine. I've plopped some of them over onto my area. Now, let's see. Now, that's escrow. Is there a way to get... Oh. Yeah, now I can get my chest here. Oh, is that how that works? Is that all includes... Oh no, this is S. Well, okay, maybe I don't understand how that works. Now let's see if we could decorate some. And what have we got? First thing we have is a wall color. So we have our usual decoration icons. If I can find the oh, here it is. Here's the wall paint. Here, wall color. Huh? Really? That's interesting. And the wall surface. Okay, so I guess the default is to have all those stars on there. Yeah, I know it's seems to be a little bit of a Christmassy thing. I guess I. Oh, there's another set of stuff here. And you also get your wall stuff. And here it's the large wall item, so I could put the trophies there if I wanted to, because. But how about we put a couple of fishing trophies up here? A little symmetry there, alright. And it still looks pretty bare considering all that is here. And then we can go outside and... Oh, actually, I didn't show you the balcony yet. We have up here. We have some windows going in here. Nice place for more paintings. And more items of furniture to look down onto there. The deluxe houses have a courtyard in them, and the kin houses have 2 courtyards in there. So, yes, plenty of stuff. And out here, huge number of hooks. Yes, so therefore, if you want to have an enormous yard item in your standard house, this is what you do. Yeah, you pay a lot of mithril for these houses here. So, fortunately, you do get quite a bit of stuff for it. They want to make sure that there's something obviously worth getting in there. Alright, so therefore we got 1 minute porch. There's the first luxury item there. The second luxury item there are the huge number of hooks. The much larger size is the third luxury item. No mail at the moment. Now, there is also an upkeep price that's also in mithril. So it can get very expensive. Now, VIPs do not pay the upkeep price. They have to obviously buy the house in the first place, which still costs a lot of mithril. But a VIP perk is that you don't need to worry about the upkeep price. So it does help that I have a lifetime account and therefore permanent VIP status, which helps a great deal in this. Alright, now here we go. Our various merchants are over here. Now, I have not found the skirmish part yet, so that's the bad news over there. And of course, Northwind needs to get around quite a bit because she's also over here to...
Are you looking for something, friend?
Yes, in case you wanted to buy another one, but I'm not too sure. I'd be anxious to buy another one after spending 100 odd mithril for a house. But if you wanted to have one of each size or something like that, this is your option down there. Now down here we have our docks. Now there's a little bit of bug with the docks here because it tends to throw you into the water. But if you take the boat, then you go to one of the islands. Yeah, and unfortunately there's a hole in the... there's a hole on the docks right at the moment, so it's a bit of a trouble in order to come here. Or been joking that maybe the hole's there if you aren't a member of the kin that owns this particular location, which I don't know if that's in any way true or not, but that's what it feels like. And then you take the boat back in order to get to your place. But this is a kin house, so you can see these 2 things on the side there. Those are your courtyards where you gotta have these domes that let in light. I suspect I won't be allowed in here because it's a kin house. But sometimes they might have opened it up, but no. And you have this great large lawn over here. And yeah, this island pretty much belongs to this kin. Because this is the only house on it. So it's a great place to hold kin parties and the like, but I suggest having a kin leader that's a lifer or a very committed VIP, because otherwise you'd have to worry about all that upkeep. Just even after worrying about the 850 mithril in order to buy the place. And now here is a stage. Now there is one of these in the main cape area, but each of the kin houses for the islands, they get their own theater. So the ultimate in luxury. Alright, now let's head back to my place. If you recall, when I was speaking with the broker before, there is a lighthouse where the next part of the quest is going. Now, am I pointing in the right direction? Yeah, the lighthouse is way down here, but apparently also something up there. Really? Up there too? Because this is where I usually went, way to the east of here. If I'm wondering what is up in that direction, is that another lighthouse, or is that just where she's standing in order to say, hello there? Let's see when I get there. Alright, this just leads us to the Cape Road that leads us to the lighthouse. So therefore, the quest ring was just to say, if you entered into the area, you would get a special message that vectors you to the lighthouse. So therefore, that's why we had arrows going in both ways. But now, let's go and have a little look at the lighthouse. I must say, this lighthouse doesn't seem to be the brightest thing in the world, but then I suppose getting the lighting exactly right was a bit of a challenge, because that flame has to be visible for miles out in the sea. Well, I guess I am a bit close, so perhaps the flame is more directly visible if you are far out. But yeah, I think lighthouse lighting technology has come a long way. Alright, now let's head down here. Now we have our task board for this area. Yeah, there's another set of all these vendors at the lighthouse. And we'll go into here, Narvindon. And here we go. And of course our old friends, the Northwind, who, as I say, gets around quite a bit. And our usual vendors. And all of that. And of course, a fountain in the middle of this place. So really fancy. Now, unfortunately, the way up the stairs is closed off, so you can't go up there. And no skirmish bard. Oh, well. Well, and this is where we could turn in our quest.
I greet you, friend.
Well met, traveler. What brings you to this sleepy little coastal community? If you have come seeking rest and sea air, I can say for certain you have come to the right place. I would love to show you around. Now, he gives you a huge number. Okay, he doesn't give you a huge number of quests, but a large number of quests do unlock. That you do, you take a tour of the place, and in addition to taking a tour of the place, you do quests for these various seals of people to get to know everything around here. But I think that's enough of that. No, what I'm going to do is we're going to go back to the house and see what this little potted blue hall fingers looks like. I keep on forgetting which of these is my house. Because that's sort of the... Yeah, always. Oh yeah, this is my house. I get dumped in the backyard. Why am I being dumped in the backyard? You would think the front yard would be more appropriate. No wonder I keep on getting lost. I know. I don't need any help getting lost. But I think we'll just put this little thing here. And there we go. Oh, that fits nice and perfectly down there. Well, that is all we have for today. That is one of the new items that we have for this update. We have these premium houses for those who have extra mithril to spend. And we also have update 19 coming around, and also a new questing area for the northern parts of Ithilien, which I know a number of people have been waiting for. There is one more matter, and that is, if I have more than one house, how do I choose which house I wind up porting to? If I buy two, it looks like that the most recent one purchased is the one associated with the travel to premium house option. So what if I want to go to another one? At the moment, you'll have to open up the housing panel. Now, traditionally, I would do that with character house, but I've just decided to use my button here for it. So now it shows both houses that I own. Now, I really don't suggest buying two houses with the same address because, well, it seems sort of redundant. But if I wanted to go to the one owned by Pineclaw, I could go here, which is the one I'm at right now, or I could go to the one that is owned by Pineleaf, and I could go over there by hitting the teleport button. And hopefully, I will wind up in the alternate house. Of course, I wind up in the backyard again. I really should do something about that, but alright, I think this then should be the house that's owned by Pineleaf instead of the one that's owned by Pineclaw, right? Because there are the fireworks I put there and the chair. So this is the Pineleaf version of the house. Now, unfortunately, there's still a little bug with permissions and all that stuff, so I don't think I've got permission to use anything. But hopefully they will sort that out before the release. Actually, they better sort it out before the release or people won't be buying these houses. So there you have it. The first glance at the new housing neighborhood. It's a very beautiful area. Very large houses. Luxurious. And most of all, expensive. And that's something to keep in mind when you go through your travels in Middle-earth. And that is all for this time, and this is Pineleaf News reminding you to skirmish responsibly.